Hey guys, thank you very much. You know, when we're talking about hurricanes, we sometimes say there's the dirty side, the side where we have the worst weather. So I want to kind of explain that to you tonight. That's generally what we would call the northeast quadrant. So if the storm is moving, say, in this direction, okay, it would be the front right part of that. So we're talking about this area over in here. That's the northeast quadrant. It has to do with the storm motion. In that motion, in that quadrant, you're going to get the most wind. The strongest winds will be there. And as a result, you end up getting the most storm surge as well, too, and right around the eye. That's where the highest winds are. If it's moving in that direction, it's even adding some wind to that as well, too. Also, you tend to get more tornadoes in that section as well, too. And what happens is that's that northeast quadrant there. That looks to stay offshore for us. So that would be good news even for the east coast of Florida, but some areas could be very, very close to it. So generally, the maximum impact you're going to see is going to be in that northeast quadrant. Let me show you over on the big board where we think that quadrant is going to be. It looks now that it will stay basically offshore and drift right to the right of the center all the way. So here's where we're at now. The storm is moving in this direction. There's that quadrant. Now as we get towards tonight, tomorrow, this is into Tuesday in the afternoon. You see the right front quadrant, stays offshore. Then as we come up Tuesday into Wednesday, there you go, it stays offshore. So yes, there will be big impacts for parts of coastal Florida on the east coast, but it looks like the worst is going to stay offshore. Now right now, that quadrant is going through the Bahamas, Grand Bahama here in the north. There's the latest forecast track as I showed you earlier today, and you can see it does bring the winds down. When you get storms at 185 miles per hour, you don't get it very often. They don't tend to stay there very often as well, too. So I think we've probably seen about as strong as it's going to get. It does then turn to the northwest. Guys, this is not happening until late tomorrow night into Tuesday. So it's going to look a little scary. And I do expect it to slow down a little bit more before that turn happens. And then now technically the center is not over land, but still going to be very close to the Carolinas as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. There is an outer eye wall starting to form here. So we're starting to see an eye wall replacement cycle, and that will knock it down a little bit. Sometimes, though, after that, they tend to come back a little bit, but I think as it's slowing down and starting to turn, it's going to weaken just a little bit. You can see the forecast models basically stay right along or just off the coast. They have extended the tropical storm watches all the way up to Jacksonville. Actually, Jacksonville itself is now under a hurricane watch, but you can understand that this is extended further northward, not inland. The hurricane warning you can see from Jupiter all the way up past Titusville through Cape Canaveral, and that's for winds that could be in excess of 74 miles per hour. In fact, a warning means we expect that. With that wind, a 4 to 7 foot storm surge you get south of Jupiter, and we're basically talking about a 2 to 4 foot storm surge. Now, let's talk about Polk County, Highlands County, because in our area, that's about as close as it's going to get. Right now, the forecast is about 10 to 20 mile per hour winds with gusts in the 30s and 1 to 3 inches of rainfall. The latest forecast from the Hurricane Center, this product just came out at 11 o'clock. Watch the winds by Monday morning starting to get towards West Palm. The yellow here is tropical storm force winds about 40 miles per hour, a little bit higher. As we go through Tuesday morning into the afternoon, here it is skirting eastern Highlands, eastern Polk County, and then moving northward. That's it, guys. So we're not talking a lot of wind, but it'll definitely be a breezy day, but it's not going to be terrible. And of course, if you're further back to the west, western Polk County, Tampa, St. Pete, Sarasota, we look okay as far as that's concerned. So here's what the wind forecast in Haines City is for Tuesday afternoon. Sustained winds in the 20s, I think gusts in the 30s. Go down to Sebring, Avon Park, same thing. And then late Tuesday night, the winds will actually start to drop off. What's steering this is one trough coming to pick it up and start the turn and break that high pressure down. And that's starting to happen already. This is Tuesday morning, and then we'll have a second one come through, and that'll really help to pick it up and turn it out and shear it a little bit and take it further out to sea. That's the players, guys. That's what we've been watching very closely here in the Weather Center. Here's where I think the highest impacts will be. Obviously, right here along the coast. Notice if you are in the Tampa area, not much at all, guys. And in fact, on our 7-day forecast, by the time we get towards Wednesday, I think 30% chance for rain is high. 60% for tomorrow, 90 degrees for your Labor Day. Just watch for those mid to late afternoon showers and storms just like we saw today. That's it. Tuesday, same setup, really. 60% chance for showers and storms. And then again on the backside, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even the Saturday, very low rain chances, but staying warm.